just fall off the couch. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Hello. Welcome. Here's my cane. Today's the day. It is not your toy. She's making a mockery of disability. That is what she is doing, my friends. Today, you see in the title, I'm going to be using nothing but just this cane all day. I have a few errands to run, and I'm doing all of them with just this baby right here. At this point, with my transition to Gallup's retirement, we're about 50-50, I would say. 50% of the time I bring my cane, 50% I use Gallup. But I don't think I've had a day where I've like strictly just used the cane, or at least not out on my own. When I have strictly used the cane, I've also had a sighted person with me, so I had the option to also do sighted guide at times. But today, my friends, I am just going out with this, and I was really excited because I have to get my bangs trimmed. That's what I'm about to leave for. And I was going to get there on my own because I've been doing orientation and mobility lessons in my neighborhood. I've probably had 4 or 5 now, and I've gone a couple routes down. I can get to Starbucks on my own.
You didn't introduce your new couch, your new friend.
Well, Lavender kind of stole the show. This is my new couch. Lavender loves it. She thinks the big green monstrosity is a new toy for her. I know this is not going to be everyone's color, but I love it. So, do you, girl. Anyways, I learned how to get to Starbucks on my own. Not that I got this for myself. My mom got it for me. And I will be going to Starbucks on my own later to show you guys how I get there on my own, but really it's just an excuse to get myself another Starbucks. But anyways, I know how to get to Starbucks. I know how to get to my nail salon on my own. I know how to get to my hair salon on my own. All the most important things. Do I know how to get to the grocery store on my own? No, friends, I don't. But I know how to get to the nail salon, and that's what's important, right? I think so. Priorities. Anyways, so I was all excited because I was gonna take out my trusty cane and get there all on my own for the first time ever, because I've done all these routes like alone, but with my orientation and mobility instructor there. So today is my day where I'm challenging myself to like actually do these things alone. But then my mom was like, can I go get my hair trimmed?
Or else I'll cut it myself.
And so I was like, you're ruining it. And so she is coming to the hair salon with me, but you have to walk behind me and you're not allowed to talk to me. Okay? You have to pretend you're not there.
Yes, boss.
Actually, it'll be helpful. She can get some clips for you guys. Because when I'm vlogging myself,
I'm useful.
When I'm vlogging myself going to Starbucks, all you'll see is like the tip of my cane as I awkwardly blind girl film and subtly. But she'll actually be able to get some clips from behind so you can see my technique, my sweeping cane techniques. Anyways, that's today. I'm very excited. Also, when I get back later, I'm going to switch this cane tip out, so you'll see that. And I'm going to talk later in this video after my hair is did about just how I'm feeling about guide dog retirement, the transition period we're in, how Gallup's been feeling, and just kind of update you guys on my O&M, my thoughts, all that kind of stuff. So it's just going to be a really cane-filled day, and I'm excited to bring you along. So let's transform this hair, shall we? Bangs are trimmed, hair is curled. Thanks, arms, you're the best. Okay, so I want to walk you through some things. So basically, obviously, like you guys saw me in hyperspeed walking when I got to the crosswalk. It was so funny because my mom was obviously behind me, and she was like, you can go, there's 7 seconds left, and I was like, nope, I'm alone, and that's not proper O&M, so I'm waiting for the next cycle. So that's why I stood there waiting for the next traffic cycle. And then when I got to, basically the way that I know to start to turn into getting to my hairdresser is that I'm looking for this slope in the sidewalk with my cane. So I can feel my cane sloping down, and then I can hear the sound of the parking garage. So that means that I'm crossing over where the parking garage is, and when I get to the other side of the parking garage where the slope goes back up under my cane, I know to turn left and then trail the wall to the second door, which is my hairdresser's. So those are some like O&M techniques that I'm using to get here on my own independently. Also, I would love to be able to show you guys like full wide shots, but I'm quite private about where I live. So just for my own safety's sake, and so that's why some of the shots are like quite tight and stuff. It is on purpose. I wish I could show you more, and maybe someday I'll be able to go to a further off location and show you like full shots for O&M techniques. But for now, that's why. And if you happen to recognize where I live, please respect my privacy and please do not comment where you think I'm living. Thank you very much. Okay, let's head home. Okay, so now I know that I'm at my building, so I trail along when I'm walking. I'm scanning, and every time I hit this wall, I'm waiting to find an opening. There's gonna be multiple openings. Again, for safety, I'm not gonna say how many I'm looking for, but I count how many openings I feel, and when I get to the right number, I know that I'm at my staircase to get into my building. I'm sorry for that incessant banging you might hear. Somebody is clearly renovating in this building. All right, so we're home, we're safe and sound, and as you guys saw, I just have like my classic red and white cane with the classic marshmallow tip. It's what I've always used. When I was a full-time cane user, like 14, 15 years ago, there wasn't as many fancy canes as exist now. I feel like every year, like more new cane innovation is coming out, from material it's made of to how it collapses, the grip, the tip, smart canes all over the map. Don't worry, I do have a smart cane. I'll get to that in a bit, but I'm really excited to start trying out new canes. I really want to get a telescoping cane. I really want to get some lightweight cane options, like a fiberglass cane. I think that's what one of the lightweight options is. There's two. I have them written down. And I'm gonna actually do a whole video coming up, probably in a month or so, a month or two, kind of showcasing different cane options and what I personally like the best, trying them all out, that kind of thing. So give it a thumbs up, this video, if you think that would be like a fun video or you're excited about that. It'll encourage me to make that video. But anyways, I did get this Omni, I think it's called the Omni tip. I'll write it on the screen. I got this from the Low Vision shop. I'll link it down below. Basically, it's like this rolly tip. So I've never had a roller tip, but the ones I've seen from my friends is definitely nothing like this. This is super cool. So it rolls all directions. It rolls side to side, it rolls forward and backwards. It has a stopper on it so that when you're just standing, it doesn't keep rolling around under your...
I think it would be great on rough terrain.
Right? Well, the reason
hiking or...
The reason I want to switch it out is just because, as you guys saw, the ground around where I live is a lot of tile work, which is beautiful, but your cane gets stuck in it constantly. It's so annoying. And I do prefer to use a more sliding cane technique than a tapping cane technique, personal preference. So when you're a slider, it really gets jammed a lot in like brickwork. So I'm gonna attempt to switch out this cane tip right now while we chat. So, oh my god, I'm terrified. I'm gonna like let go of this and it's gonna disappear into my cane. Let's do this in one foul swoop, hopefully. Boom, cane tip removed. Okay, come in, come in, come in. Be easy, please be easy. Mommy, come help. Boom, okay, we're good, you can let go. Boom, okay, so I would recommend having two people, but once you have two people, pretty easy. Yeah. Just gotta push it in there. Look how sleek I am now. This, I believe, was created in Australia, which is pretty cool. You know, it makes your cane a little more bulky. Like, it doesn't kind of sit as flush, but like, not a huge deal. Probably makes it slightly heavier, which is definitely why I want to try to get a lighter weight option. But I'm excited to give this a try. So I'm gonna head out actually in a few minutes to take Galper Guzman for a walk, and every time I walk him alone, I put his harness on still, since he is working still 50% of the time, and probably will work 50% of the time, like up until I'm getting ready to go get my next guide dog. So when I do work him or walk him myself, just for, you know, his ability to poop and pee, I do take him on harness still. So this will be the first and probably only time, honestly, that I take him strictly with this cane, because he's a different dog when he's off harness. He pulls a lot more, he sniffs a lot more. We weigh the same amount. He is very strong, he is very big, I am very small. I love having a big guide dog. I really hope my next guide dog's really big too. but he's just really strong. So I don't know how this is going to go down, but you're going to come with me for the journey, and I'm also going to give this a go. I think not only is it supposed to be like much smoother on rough terrain and just easier to use, glides easier in all directions, but I think it's also supposed to help with like auditory feedback, because the rollers kind of help bounce even more sound, which is something as blind people we often use, a combination of tactile feedback and auditory feedback to navigate the world. So I'm excited to give that a go and bring you on my first Omni-Cane tip adventure. But I also want to share with you guys that I am launching kind of like some new branding this month. The month of May, I think around May 24th, I'm going to be launching my new Squarespace website, mollyburkeofficial.com. If you go there right now, you'll still see my old site, but the new website is coming very, very soon. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. I've got a whole new color scheme, and you're going to see it all reflected in my video intro slides, my banner artwork, everything. We're just getting fresh, fun, new vibes out here. I'm 27. My website, like, girl, I haven't had light purple. I haven't had light pink hair in years. All of the branding that you see kind of currently on my website and on my YouTube channel and stuff is from when I was 23. And I'm 27. I'm a different gal, you know? I've evolved. We're in our late 20s. We are not in our early to mid 20s no more. And so I'm excited for you guys to see that. And Squarespace just has made it so easy and so simple to take what feels like an outdated website to me and like update it, make it fun, make it fresh, make it feel like something completely new with minimal effort. You don't have to be like a professional web designer to create a beautiful space on the internet to run your business. They give you access to create an online shop, analytics, marketing tools, all sorts of things that are super, super useful. And honestly, like I've said before, you literally have to try to make a website on Squarespace not accessible. They really put a lot of effort into making their web building tools accessible, which I really, really appreciate. So check it out. Link down below. As always, you can use code MollyBurke or go to squarespace.com/MollyBurke to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So if you're heading into your girl boss era, starting your own business after working from home for a year, you're like, it's time for me to start a boutique. I can sell my own masks. Girl, you do it. I support you. I think the masks are probably here to stay for a while. So I think do it and use Squarespace as your tool. It's pretty awesome. Highly recommend. Been using it for years, well before I ever worked with them. So check that out down below. Gallup like literally hates when he sees my cane. I feel like he's like, I don't trust that thing. It's not as good as me. What are you doing, Mom? I feel like that's what he thinks. It was so funny. A few weeks back, he was getting groomed while I had my O&M lesson with my cane, and my mom ended up grabbing Gallup to bring him back to my apartment, and I was walking like a block ahead of them, and he saw me, and he's like a pretty lazy dude when he walks. When he saw me walking with the cane a block ahead of him, he was, let's get to Mom, let's get to Mom, let's get to Mom. She's not safe. She's not safe, Grandma. Do you see her all on her own with that stick? She's not safe. Weren't you pulling to get to Mommy? You're so cute. What do you think? Get that thing away from me. Also, I just realized he's trained to walk on my left side, and I'm a left-handed cane user. I don't know, buddy. We're gonna have to figure this one out on our walk, huh? All right, I'm gonna mask up. By the way, if you are new to my channel and you're curious about learning about my life as a blind woman, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I upload twice a week on here. And also, why not follow me on like TikTok and Instagram and all the other platforms, because you get to see all sorts of other aspects of my life over there that you don't get to see on here. So check it out. Join the fam officially. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear that beeping crosswalk over there for the blind. Woo, we love accessibility. Anyways, so I am cold. Also, it's really funny. I'm so used to having Gallup that like at the hairdressers, I forgot he wasn't there. And then coming down to my elevator, I literally went to go grab his handle on his back, only to find there was none. So let's do this, buddy. Babe, can you come? He's like, I don't understand how to walk with Mommy if I'm not guiding. What do I do? Gallup, look, he's trying to come onto my lap. Oh, goodness. I like this cane tip. Did you hear this?
Yeah.
It's sliding. It's
It's
making
so easy.
It's making nice auditory feedback. Though I will say the stopper, it's not. Oh, he's peeing. Oh. I heard him pee. That's good. That's good. One pee down. Look, he's just walking on my left. You guys.
Struggle is real.
Yes, I guess this is one time where being a right-handed cane user works out because all guide dogs are trained to be on the left.
He's got to be afraid of being hit.
I don't think so, Mom. He's not afraid of much. Come on, you do. Come on, you doofus. Come to this crack-filled tile, so let's see how it does. By the way, it's called the OmniSense. I remember OmniSense. Oh, so much better. Oh, the dog is pulling me. The dog is pulling me. So far, it's much better dealing with the cracks. I really like the auditory feedback it gives, though you are not subtle. It's very loud, so like you'll definitely be seen and heard.
That may not be a bad thing.
So yeah, it just depends how you feel about that, like how much attention. Like if you don't like having attention drawn to you. I mean, girl, you're carrying a cane. People are gonna look anyways. So that's just society. But yeah, so it definitely makes more noise, which I think is a good thing. Gives good auditory feedback. It's dealing with these cracks much better so far. I will say it makes the cane heavier. I definitely need a lighter weight cane option because I've only been out of my apartment for like 3 minutes and my wrist is sore. Because this thing ain't doing it for me. Okay, our walk is almost over and I finally got a good technique down where I can hold him on the left and my cane in the left hand, and he's not able to drag me all over the place. So it's working, but from now on, I will definitely be doing harness when I'm walking Gallop alone. Gallop's like, good, I don't want any more cane walks. I don't like this stick.
What are you doing to keep him in check?
I'm just holding it tight under my hand, almost like he's guiding me, but he's not, so he's not pulling me as much. And he's staying heeled beside me. Oh, and now he pulls, of course. Of course. I want to show you guys on like a tiled indoor flooring how this sounds, because I would say my classic marshmallow tip pretty much makes no noise. Makes lots. Okay, so I got back from my walk with Gallop, and I just had a bunch of meetings and stuff. That's why I look presentable now. But it's actually cold out, so I think I'm gonna change before I go walk to Starbucks all on my lonesome and do some blind girl vlogging with you guys. So I'll get to test out the OmniSense rolling tip a little bit more. But funny enough, one of my meetings today was with the guys from WeWalk, which is like over $600 smart cane. So I'm very excited to test this out. That won't be in this video, but more reason to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I will be doing a video testing this out and giving my thoughts on a smart cane along with all the other canes that I want to test out and try. So that's coming your way. Very excited. It seems super interesting. Yep, so I'm gonna go change and take you guys to Starbucks with me. Okay, this is I'm a strong independent lady and I'm going to Starbucks on my own with just a cane, no guide dog outfit. So just threw it together quickly, but I feel cute. I have these like white and black little booties, black leggings, this pink lavender, it's not even to show, God. This pink and white fluffy sweater, jacket situation. I have the same like white long sleeve I had underneath. And then just this black crossbody bag. I don't know about any of my other blind purse wearing folk out there, but literally either like crossbody or mini backpack, that's it. Because I always have either a guide dog handle or a cane in hand. I don't need no like arm crook purse, you know, that's a moment for sure, but on the daily, just give me an easy crossbody or a mini backpack. That's what I want in my life.
Do a little show here. Looking good.
Feeling cute and ready to take on the world, just my cane and I. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, I haven't like done my Starbucks route alone. I haven't done any like full proper routes alone with just my cane. So I'm a little nervous, but I feel like I'm gonna nail it. I feel good about it. There's one crossing that I really don't like doing, so I might do a slightly alternate route to avoid that crosswalk. It's just like a really awkward crosswalk. It doesn't have a good flow of traffic for me to listen to, and there's no accessible crossing, like there's no beep and there's no vibration, so I just have to rely on my ears, and when there's like no good flow of traffic, that's really tricky. So we'll see. Let's head out. Okay, I don't know
what you guys can see, because I can't see any of it. But this cane is definitely gliding over this much easier, which I appreciate. I don't know, part of me likes the noise, part of me doesn't. I definitely don't enjoy how much heavier it makes the cane, because I'm just, look, you guys have to remember, I'm ultimately not the size of a 27-year-old woman. I'm the size of an 11-year-old girl, so very small. So my wrists are like really weak. But you know, we're gonna up the wrist strength. So I am actually being even more brave. I'm going an entirely different route that I know will work, and I feel comfortable doing it. So I believe in myself, and I'm gonna get there just fine. Obviously, you guys know, if you've been following me and watching some of my videos, I mean, I've gone many places on my own. I just haven't done it with a cane since I was 13 years old. And when I was 13, I wasn't really going places on my own. So this is kind of just an adventure as a typically non-cane user, as a standard guide dog user. Oh my god, my hand is cramping, you guys. This is hilarious. Okay, anyways, yeah, so this is just a generally guide dog user going on a cane adventure that is not typical for me to do alone, if at all. Okay, I'm at a crosswalk. And I'm just waiting for the beep, because this is an audible crosswalk. Gentleman was very kind in directing me. I didn't need it, but he was very kind. Okay. Turn up here, and turn left, then turn to the right. Turn over the sandwich board. Okay. I just hovered around the wall. I didn't try it actually.
Steamed soy milk with a shot of hazelnut? Sure. Thank you. You too. Okay. Successfully ordered. Now, obviously being blind, I can't see the weight gear stickers on the ground, and my cane can't feel them, my guide dog can't see them. So I'll just kind of rely on sighted people to stick around me. Okay, we successfully got our drink and I found a seat on my own. Go me. Yeah, the guy who helped me was really kind because he wasn't intrusive. Sometimes when strangers try to help you, it can feel intrusive because often they don't not only ask if you need help, but they'll physically touch you and try to drag you and stuff, and that's just absolutely never okay. But this guy was just like, it's safe to cross. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, no worries. So that I thought was very kind. And it was safe to cross, he was correct. And then when I came out after getting my drink, it was actually nice because now they put the lid on for you. Pre-COVID times, if I was at Starbucks alone, I would always just ask them, could you hand it to me with the lid on? It's also always nice because it's not as busy anymore when you go, whereas often pre-COVID it was just constantly swarmed, so they were putting out drink after drink after drink, and there was usually 10 different drinks sitting waiting to be grabbed, and so it would be really hard for me to get it. So I'd always just advocate when I would order, hey, when my drink comes out, could you put the lid on it, and could you make sure to hand it directly to me, because I can't see. And people are always really accommodating when you just vocalize and tell them what exactly you need and how to help you. But yeah, I grabbed my drink and then I came out and I knew there was a table directly to the right. So I just turned right and I waited to listen to see if I could hear anybody sitting there. And obviously somebody could be sitting alone in silence. But I didn't hear anyone, so I just went up to it and nobody said I'm sitting here. So I was like, great, it's empty. And that's how I found a seat on my own. So I'm just gonna sit and enjoy my steamed soy milk with a shot of hazelnut because I've already had too much caffeine today for any more. And that's that. Then I'll head home on my own. I love this. This is so fun. By the way, as much as I love this OmniSense tip, literally my hand and arm were like cramping like crazy. Like, reason number one, I'm not a cane user. Apparently I'm just too weak. I am back safe and sound from my grand adventure, and I want to have just like a little wrap up chit chat about the cane. So I feel like for a lot of people, particularly those like myself who have progressive vision loss over time, or people who are new to the blind community, or just hitting that threshold where they're realizing like they can get by without a cane, but they maybe need to start using one. The cane can be really, really scary because it's like this symbol that you have in your hand that shows the world like, hi, I'm disabled. And it can be really hard to accept that you need help from something, even if it's not an actual person helping you, like the cane helps you. And like admitting that you need that help can be really difficult for people. I see it all the time in RP support groups that I'm in. I know from friends, I know from my own self, especially in my younger years. That's my cat in her litter box, by the way. Thanks, Lavender. I'm trying to have like a serious heart-to-heart with my phone.
Scratching in the background.
Guys! Mom life! Banging upstairs.
She got out and then she looked back and she was like, no, it's not.
Okay, we'll get through this heart-to-heart.
Yeah.
So it can be like this really hard thing to accept. I think a lot of people struggle because all of a sudden, you know, people are I can't take this seriously. I'm sorry.
She considers this is her bedroom, by the way. Right?
Yes, she considers this room her bedroom, which is absolutely not true. She pays 0% rent on this condo. So, not sure where she gets away thinking that. Your Insta followers don't pay the bills, honey. So, anyways, I think I know it can be a really hard thing. I can say like this time around using my cane has been different than any other time in the past, because for me now I really do see it as a tool of empowerment. It makes me feel like when I can't go out with Gala, my only other option is relying on sighted guide from a person, which means I'm literally tethered to a person's arm. And that's not independent, and it doesn't feel good for me. And so other periods in my life, I was like comfortable to just do that. It felt more comfortable to me than using a cane did. But at this point, I'm like, no, give me my cane, go away. Leave me be. Let me be on my own. Let me do this alone. And I now view it as a form of empowerment instead of as like a scary negative symbol of my disability. I view it as something that allows me to do instead of what I cannot do. And taking O&M lessons to learn my new neighborhood with my cane again and like adapting back to my cane skills has been really exciting. And I come back from each O&M lesson like feeling better about what I've accomplished and what I can now do on my own. Like just being able to go get my own Starbucks instead of Uber eating it or having my mom pick it up on her way to work feels so good. Being able to go get my nails done on my own, go get my hair done on my own. Those are really basic things for sighted people, but for somebody with my degree of vision loss, I can't just get my guide dog or grab a cane and go do that without getting lessons and trained how to safely do that in my new neighborhood. And so it's felt really, really good, and I'm really glad I could kind of share this day with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I know that I'm in some way privileged in that I don't have enough vision to see people staring at me, and I know that can be a really big thing for low vision cane users. You know, they can get by enough without the cane, so they don't want the extra attention. But I know for me, when I was at that point in my life, I also knew that I was making the choice of like, okay, I can not use the cane and like get by, but maybe like trip or walk into somebody and like nobody knows why I'm doing those things, or like miss a handshake and nobody understands why. Or I can just use the cane, navigate quicker, have to think less, worry less, and people actually understand. And so I really encourage you, if you're scared of making the step to pick up a cane for the first time, or you've started O&M but you're too embarrassed or scared to go out on your own with a cane, I promise you it does get easier over time, and you will grow to actually really appreciate the cane and the freedom that it can give you. And you know, look, people are gonna stare, that's just reality. Just give them something cute to stare at, you know? Put on a fire outfit, get out there and live your best life. And you know, I'm also lucky that I've just built a thick enough skin that I don't really care if people look. Like, if this is the most interesting thing you have to look at all day, congratulations, I'm happy to be that for you. Anyways, that's my journey today, my first kind of full day using my cane on my own, my first time fully going out on my own with my cane. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Again, click the link down below to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain name. And if you would like more Molly, you can click over here and check out this video where I try to cook all my own meals for a day, or you can click this video to see my self-care routine. Okay, see you next time. Bye!